to look crazy, but like it's just my hair needs to be redone. Basically, it's been a week. I don't sleep with a bonnet, so um, sometimes my hair looks a little crazy. But we are left. I got my second Red Bull. I had lunch. Um, Tomorrow or the next day, we will have our focus supplements. So we will be even more locked in than we have been over the past couple days. So we're gonna be locked in. I'm so excited. I love getting my supplements. Like I love getting them. But we're gonna be locked in. Because as if you can't tell, I'm very ADHD. So it's really hard for me to even like get typical work done. It has to be deep work and it has to be good. So we gonna set up the live and we're about to get productive. Excuse my hair again. Excuse my hair. I'm gonna try to be like off the screen so it's not like too bad. If you look at the live right before this one, the two lives, we are working on the pitch deck for this company that Chat and I invented. um, it's a really cool concept. The idea is just like for people who can't get approved for other things, they can get approved through our platform for assets or small loans. My hair needs to be redone so bad. But anyways, let's focus on this. As you can tell, I'm very ADHD. So we were looking at the mission statement, um, and we were just like fleshing that through. This is why some people were asking me like why I'm using AI is because if you don't use AI, you would literally have to spend hours, maybe days, just once you come up with an idea, not just an idea, but like it helps pinpoint and answer the actual question versus like just kind of guessing. So basically, we're working on our mission page. This is not fun work, guys. This is unglamorous. This is what it's not fun. It's not fun work. But if you're interested in learning like the ins and outs of kind of like what is behind the scenes of being a founder, this is kind of like the streamlined. This is kind of the streamlined version, right? And I like doing it live because you can see how much time it takes. So let's jump right in. Okay. the concept is you want to make it virtually impossible for when you buy something on a loan for it to be taken from you. So whether it be whether it be a car, a laptop, and they also wouldn't report to credit bureaus. So it would, because the idea is you sign up for a program, you shop, right? You buy the laptop. The more you pay on it, you actually gain equity in the product that you buy. So you wouldn't have to completely pay off the loan and pay off interest in order to fully own the thing, but like instead you would just, every time you pay, it's kind of like you're putting money in a savings account, and at the end you own fully whatever you bought, your car, your laptop, or your tuition, um, whatever the you got on the marketplace, right? The difference is regular credit products or anything like that. If you miss a payment, they're going to report it, right? Which will essentially enable you from buying more products later down the line. But if you use our program, we wouldn't report to the credit bureaus. Instead, if you miss a payment, you can actually get your money refunded back, but you would have to, of course, send the product back to the company. But you wouldn't be at a total loss. There's no more like total loss for products. So it's really it, and there's no interest. So really, it's like you're not wasting so much money on fees, and you're not wasting so much money on basically fees and interest. And also, if you miss a payment or two or three, you're not gonna lose your car, you're not gonna lose your product, you're not gonna lose your loan. Like, it's not gonna reflect negatively on you. But instead, if you miss a couple payments, we would just send, because you would have equity in that product, you would get that money back. Think of it like this. You know how the credit card builder Self, how you can like open up a loan. You can open up a loan, but you pay on the loan, and then at the end of the loan you get the money back. It's the same idea. So you get you buy the product, you pay it every month, and at the end of the loan, you get to keep your product. If you're on Self and you want to cancel your loan early, you can cancel it early, but you don't get all the benefits of like your credit score going up and like all that stuff, but you get your money back. This would be the same thing as like you don't get to keep the product, you would just get the money back, versus like if you repossess your car, you don't get any of the money back that you already put into the car. So that's why cars are not assets. So we're taking things like laptops, cameras, cars, and even loans, and instead of making them liabilities, we've turned them into assets. That's the idea. It's basically saying that like everything that you do in order to grow will now become an asset instead of what it is currently now is a liability. So this being my fourth MacBook, it has been a huge liability to afford Mac, because even though like I've used MacBook to get through my entire education, it's been a huge liability because MacBooks are on average $1,000, right? I'm on my fourth MacBook, and every time I need to replace a MacBook, even when I had Apple Care, I still had to pay money, because it's almost like I don't have any equity in the product. But for example, a car, like even though I put money down and I pay every month, if I stop paying 1 or 2 times, they're going to repossess the car. It doesn't matter if I've paid on it for 2 years. If I miss 1 or 2 payments, they're going to repossess the car. Why? Because I don't have any equity in the loan. So this is saying like it's building generational wealth for people within their everyday lives by providing them things that they need in a secure way that they can ultimately like we make money if they pay the loan, and if they don't pay the loan, they get their money back. So it's not putting them in a financial bind, putting people in a financial bind, but it also we get the product back and we just resell the product to somebody else who can pay the loan. So it's a really, really, really good idea. It's something that I wish kind of, because it's like, right, you need emergency cash, or you need like an actual expensive product like a car, like a laptop, like you need to furnish an apartment. All those things that usually it's really hard to get credit for if you don't have good credit. We supply for you on a merit-based crediting system. So it's based on your behavior. So like, in order to be approved, you have to be doing something. That's the thing. It's like you can't just apply for it and get approved and then say, oh, I'm sure you'll pay. It's like you have to have proof of like either proof of employment. If you guys saw the MVP on my first live, it just goes based on your bank account. So if you have cash flowing into your bank account, it'll measure it. The AI will calculate it, and it'll tell you like this is what you can afford, this is what you can't afford, like logically. So with all that being said, it's a really good idea for a way to kind of like kill the old crediting system and innovate a new merit system. So instead of credit, it's behavioral. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just like the stories I was saying. Like if a college girl who does freelance, does graphic design freelance, her laptop breaks, she doesn't have any money to get a new laptop. All she has to do is prove that what she's gonna use the laptop for, and then she can get a new laptop. It's that simple. If someone says, "Hey, I need a car because my car is broke down, I need to get to work," all you have to do is prove that you have a job and how much you make, and then you get a car. It's that simple. It's not at all about did this person not pay, this person did pay in the past, like because it doesn't make sense that things stay on your credit for 7 years if you don't pay it. Then you can't get approved for things for 7 years because you haven't paid this, you haven't paid that. So to the point where you can't even get like a cash advance or a small loan because you have a bad credit history. You know what I mean? So this will honestly solve that issue. Like I wish someone could be like, oh wait, you're in law school. Oh wait, you work. Oh wait, you're starting a business. Okay, let's see how that's actually going. Oh, you still have money coming in on the side. Okay, we can approve you for this amount of money. You know what I mean? Or we can approve you for this product. If you need like, for example, I would love a new phone to stream from. You know what I mean? I would love a new phone to stream from. Can I afford the 17? The 17 Plus is like $1,700. I could never afford that amount of money. But the thing is, if someone could look and be like, oh, she's a streamer, She does a lot of lectures, does a lot of work from her phone. She needs a nice phone. You know what I mean? Okay. So how are you doing on your thing? Um, it's going good. It's just like doing all this is a lot of work because, like I was saying earlier, why AI thinks out this next question, this next slide. Um, filling out this is a 12-page slide. I did it for about an hour and 15 minutes earlier. Probably gonna to finish is probably gonna be like an hour 15 minutes, and yeah, then we have to go in and fill out the actual investor applications, and not by itself. One application could take an hour or 2 hours to fill in, even if with using AI. Without using AI, it's gonna take a couple days. So it's gonna at least take 2 hours to fill in the application, and we want to fill in as many investor applications as we can. Like we have to essentially fill in hundreds of applications. So this is probably gonna be like a 2-week project. Thank God I'm a week ahead of my law studies, so I have time to work on this. And once we get our you know what I mean, we're definitely gonna be locked in, and we're gonna be getting work done. it's with my ADHD, it's so hard to get work done. But like once we get the proper stuff, oh yeah. So like for example, people will be like, Elon Musk, Elon Musk is works has like $600 billion to his name or whatever, and or his net worth is like $600 billion. Net worth means like that's investments, that's real estate, that's portfolios, that's and then that's like cash on hand. He could probably only have like $20 million cash on hand, but like he's worth 600 billion, right? Okay. So everyone says if he gives everyone $1 billion, he would still have like $500 billion or like $590 billion because there's only like 10 billion people. So if he gives like $10 billion away, he would still be the richest man on the planet. Okay. The thing is with that is there's too wide of a gap between how Elon Musk functions in a capitalistic society and how somebody like me would function in a capitalistic society. If you give me $1 billion, I would do what I'm doing right now, trying to figure out how to start a business or a company, right? Because in my mind, I have leverage now, I have funding. But a lot of people remotely would stop working and just start consuming and overconsume to the point is where the people who, like Elon Musk, would just build another business in order to regain that capital back. Because the thing is, I mean, that capital could just go to the free market, but I feel like economically speaking, in some fronts, capital has to be tied up into some sort of assets. It can't just be like your assets are like vacations and you know what I mean? Like vacations and clothes and bags and stuff like that. Which the argument is that Birkins and bags, Chanel's and all this stuff, they gain value, which they do, but they don't gain as much value as like building a software company. You know what I mean? But like 99.5, most people, 99% of people, only the top 1 or 2% of people are actually out here building companies. Everybody else just consumes, or they build low level like businesses, businesses that are just like for the everyday person, like B2C consumer businesses, versus like actual enterprises that are $1 billion valuations. Most people are not going to build an enterprise worth $1 billion valuations, billions of dollars in valuation. Most people are not going to do that. I can start a whole tangent of why most people would not build a $1 billion enterprise, but we got a lot of work we gotta do, so we're gonna do that. um, It's a new age, non-traditional bank is what it is. So let's put that actually in the front. So basically, the market of independent workers is about 5.2 trillion. That's how much independent workers bring to the market. 5.2 trillion dollars. 450 billion of dollars. On average, 450 billion, not actual dollars, but value, is not invested into the market, is not invested into these freelancers and micro entrepreneurs, because their credit is bad. So they reject about $450 billion worth of loans. Ow. Worth of loans to people whom could possibly really be adding to the market. So instead of, and the thing is why these traditional banks don't want to do it is because they're literally just handing someone cash. That's the problem. That's like the major problem with like brokers. Brokers complain about it, banks complain about it, and like investors complain about it. They don't like just handing people cash and like being like, okay, I don't even know if this person's gonna execute. But if I hand you, instead of cash, some people, they need cash capital. Okay, so we can help with that too. But mostly, freelancers need assets. They need products. Like it's like we're instead of just giving you the cash and then you going to Apple and buying what you need, I'm going to buy what you need, and you can just buy it from me. And therefore, you can the system doesn't run on credit. It can run on my own credentialing system because I own the product and I'm not renting it to you on a credit line. I'm giving it to you and you pay me an equity for the product. And the thing is, instead of charging interest, you just charge small fees. Like, this braid is coming out. But you just charge small fees, like, a 10% transaction fee. You know, that's a little high. A 5% transaction fee. So if you pay $200, $10, I'll take $10 just to like support the platform. And then the $190 goes to you paying off your loan. So instead of me putting 13% of principal interest on the loan, and all you basically do is pay the interest, because that's how much humans, with inflation, all those things, that's how much humans can only afford to pay, is like on the interest. Which means people don't actually own anything. They don't own their homes. They don't own their cars. We don't own anything. Like, rich people own simple things. Like, I mean, rich people own whatever they fuck they want, but that's only 1%, 2% of the population, maybe 3%. Everybody else that's middle class and below, we don't own our phones. We don't own our homes, we don't own our cars, we don't own our businesses, we don't own any of these things. Everything that usually you get is usually on a loan. Um, this is breaking all that up for people who are in the middle class or lower class. But instead of giving them cash, we give them assets. So this is why it's cool, right? If you can understand this, then you can get jaded with me. Basically, when I get a credit card, say I get a credit card, right? And it has a $2,000 limit on it, $3,000. That's a really low credit card. That's a really low credit card. Has two, and I don't understand credit cards because it's like you give me a credit card, and then you be like, but don't use it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like if I have money, I want to use it. But this is different, right? This is not a credit card. Because the thing is, most credit card bills are from food and clothes. So really, you like I'm telling you, middle class people, they don't own anything. They don't even own the clothes that they wear. They don't even own the clothes that they wear. It's on a credit card. Their makeup is on a credit card. Everything in their house is probably on a credit card. Like, America's in debt, babe. But anyways, when you buy stuff on a credit card, like clothes and food, like your basic necessities, or your fundamental essentials, the money kind of just gets withered away and it starts to lose value. It's like dead money, right? This is according to and it's true actually because it's true for me. Like if I spent my credit card on like literally buying lunch because I didn't have a lunch for 2 weeks, and I literally spent $100 because that's all I used on my credit card. I literally spent $100 to get lunch every week, and I was like, is that like that? But then it's like, you see how it's just dead money at that point. I earned absolutely nothing from using my credit card for lunch that week. But if I use this system, this financial system, the obligation is the thing that I'm getting should produce value. You see what I mean? So me with a laptop versus me without a laptop is a lot more value to the market than me without a laptop. Me having a car versus me not having a car is more valuable to the market because now I can do odd jobs. Now I can get places I need to go. Now I'm not spending money. I'm spending money on like taxes on the roads and gas tax and all these other things versus like just getting it delivered and paying like an extra $10. You know what I mean? Versus like if I pay $60 a week to fill up my tank, 10% of that goes to the roads. 100 people do that. That's $600 just for the day. That goes to the city. Versus if I do delivery, I pay $10 but that goes to the company. You know what I mean? It doesn't go, or it goes to a tip for the driver for gas, low key. But basically, it's like when you take away the credit scoring system and say, okay, I'm going to sell you a product that's going to actually add value and should add more economic, like add value to your life, then as you pay it back, technically, when you're done paying it back, you should be able to afford more because we've just added value. You know what I mean? Versus like if I just give you cash, you can spend on whatever you want. And a lot of things that people want does not add value to their lives. Does that make sense? We need to add some of this. There we go. We got it here. I want to make sure that this information is like here and well thought. What's trying to think of what's a good name to call like a rent to own? Um, like a split. Okay. Is my Wi-Fi not working? Because it says that my Wi-Fi is not working. Is it not working? It looks like it's working. Unless Canva's down. No, it's up. It's up. I don't know. So Canva's down. Okay. Okay, so let's look at what we have so far. Okay. Right, I can't present because Canva's down. Okay. So we're just still gonna look at what we have so far. And we're just kind of gonna talk through. We're gonna kind of talk through the idea, make sure it's fleshed out, make sure it like is a sound idea before we start pitching. Introduction. Welcome to the world of Coda. This is a story about how Coda Financial will challenge and change the wealth gap. Maya is a gifted college student who studies business and entrepreneurship. She has been freelancing to make an extra income, but her laptop has given out on her, virtually dead. With the expenses of laptops today, she would need to take out a microloan to fill the gap. But because of her unpredictable income stream, she is stuck in a ceiling of bad or no credit. With the bank saying she is too high a risk, she is commonly denied for assets on credit. Liam is in graduate school and due to the rigor of the program chooses not to work. He needs a microloan for technology and tuition. He has no stable income and no one to co-sign with him for a loan. Okay, someone tried to call me. Our mission statement, our North Star statement is it's not just capital lending, but we deliver the keys and provide the assets that equalizes and turn labor into generational wealth. With transformation, with bridging the gap, and with ownership. We turn the tools of the trade through transformation. Coda turns the tools of the trade into your foundation for wealth building, ensuring no one is too poor to afford the essentials that realizes their potential. We bridge the gap because Coda builds the foundation so the next generation has all the tools they need to break barriers, bridging the gap between the drive of a person and the assets they need to succeed. We want ownership. We are destroying the rent to own, this survival system, and we're innovating a system that turns your dreams and work ethic into equity. So these are our pillars, right? Looking at credit scores is a thing of the past. Literally, focus on the past does nothing for your future. Traditional loans are in essence a black hole of non-stopping payments due to high interest rates and missed or irregular payments, with each loan subjecting you to a cycle that could bind you in the future. Traditional banks want the same amount every month regardless of situation, creating a stressful environment for the customer and client. Those are the 3 pillars, right? That we're innovating in. The core mission. Oh god, so good. As I'm just reading over it, it's just so good. Side of the market. This app is not your conventional loan app. Do not think of it that way, but rather a financial operating system for the future, providing people with universal basic access through productive financing. The goal here is to bridge human activity and productivity with capital. Oh, that's so ugly. Is the camera still down? Yeah. Probably won't do this page. It's not letting me edit anymore. We're done editing. We're done editing. So now we are going to let's see, is it still not working? We can't finish the power for the picture. So I'm gonna start looking for investors. Okay, so we have a list of 150 investors to pitch. So we're gonna start from the top and work our way down and pitch, hopefully pitch 150. The goal is to pitch 100. But this is what we gotta do, right? So I have the list of all the people. So now we're gonna open an Excel spreadsheet because we're actually psychopaths. have like 20 million. Okay, so now we're gonna design an Excel spreadsheet for pitching. Just a basic Excel spreadsheet, like just really basic, so we can um, It's somewhere here. There we go. Here it is. Found it. So what color are we gonna do? We're gonna do green, orange, blue. Wow. That's kind of hot. Oh, can you see it? You can't see it. It's black and white. It's a black and white Excel spreadsheet. You see it now? I don't know if I lay it. I always do blue. And the girlies be doing pink. I be doing blue. Like that. So we're gonna start by putting all of the names of the like as we go through, we're gonna put the names of the investors here. So I'm gonna move this, I'm gonna keep it blue. I like blue. I'm gonna move the Excel spreadsheet onto the smaller screen, and then I'm going to okay. Okay. So now we're gonna start with actually the others. So of course Y Combinator. Of course Y Combinator. Of course Y Combinator. Trying not to pull my hair out. We're gonna start with the VCs. I should be starting with the experts. Let's do the next. Right? So we're doing Google for startups. Okay, Google for startups. Our second one will probably be Microsoft for startups. Let me turn the light on. And then we're going to do all the VCs. So first we're going to go to Google for startups. This is Google for startups. So right now I'm just looking through all the accelerators that we could possibly actually 10 weeks, C to Series A. Now we're just close. So I'm going to kind of put it like this. I think it's 350,000. Okay, we're registered for the Google waitlist. Microsoft first. They just offer you AI credit. Start X. Oh, this is for students. These ones, these micro VCs, are is what I'm more used to doing. Okay, this is our first application. This is first round. And then, what is our ask? I think a good ask would be. Okay. Just using my thinking brain. I think I got a name that I like. Mm. Mm. So it's not gonna be called Coda. It's gonna be called Imani. It won't let me edit. Pick that like that. Okay, you can't really see. It's just a white screen, so it's not really much to see, but I'm just gonna turn the camera on me so that you can see me working. What is your LinkedIn URL? A LinkedIn. I've got 20 unread messages on LinkedIn. That's literally insane. I have a pretty decent LinkedIn. Like, it's not the best. Not like it's not like top number one, but it's definitely really good. It's something I'm proud of. So. I think I low key. I don't think I applied for the right thing. Cause I think. Oh yeah, I probably like that. I need to raise. Okay. Okay, here we go. Next submission. It's gonna hour and a half. It's gonna be a little laugh. Ilani is a visionary fintech platform that bridges the ownership gap by providing um, Elani is a visionary fintech platform that begins building bridges in the asset ownership gap. Asset ownership gap. By providing visionary fintech platform. Born from universal basic assets. EBA. Which will produce Okay. Elani is a visionary fintech platform born from the idea of universal basic assets, which will help produce universal basic income and challenge China's basic in artificial intelligence. By providing independent workers with the productive assets that they need to multiply their income, which will otherwise be denied by traditional banks or carriers, who serve anyone who makes money independent or freelancing or entrepreneurs to finance. This is the perfect. What is it? The brain, the brain, the brain. Use it. my pitch deck is not done. Okay, Canva's back up. Oh my god, I was like, my pitch deck. Told you. Pitch decks take time, and then I've sat here and changed the name, so I have to go through the entire pitch deck and figure out where I've said the other name. Which is so annoying. Okay, I have one more page to fill out. I just have one more page. I'm so like over it. Where's the series? That's ridiculous. I figured it out. So it takes a little bit of thinking. Oh. Still working. 113. Let's finish up this pitch deck. The pitch deck is done. It took 3 hours. Using AI. I told you the pitch deck alone could take 3 days without AI. It's all in the details, like making sure that what the hell is this? That's so gross. Probably took a break for 2 hours. So I've put in 5 hours today. I need to put in 3 more hours to make it successful. But when you own a business, you don't have to work 9 to 5 and work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. But I don't mind working 60 hours a week, 60, 70 hours a week. I don't mind. So I'm willing to do it. So this is where we are, just so you guys can get a look. If you guys watch this on the playback, we finished our pitch deck, and then we have on this side we have our spreadsheet for all of our investors that we've contacted. So it's only a 9-page, only a 7-page pitch deck with 3 extra pages, so 10. Okay. That's Ilani. You know a cute name. think it would be 10 million, right? If we're raising 1.5 million, then technically our exit valuation would be 10 to 15. So I'm just gonna put 10 million because we're technically raising 1 to 1.5. So I'm just gonna put 10 million because that's how much we're trying to raise. Is 1 million. Was that precursor? Okay. Next one, launch capital. This is why I copied that 2 to 3. This is why we have the Excel spreadsheet. So we can write down the things that we do correctly, right? So every single every single, most, not, I don't want to say every single, but most applications are going to ask what your company does, and I just want to copy and paste the same thing. That could be removed. Mm. Trying to see if this will be smaller. Come on, file. This is too big, and then this is too small. Nope, that should be bigger. You see, I'm just covering up my forehead because I'm tired. Just waiting for this to flatten or compress. Taking forever. How long has it been? Like a minute? 2 minutes? Come on. Did you do it? If there's a paywall, I'm gonna literally punch somebody in the face. It's a big document. The question is, how many people can sit for 3 hours and work on a paycheck? Because I've been working for 5 hours. And I will say, I've only been filling out applications for the past hour, maybe hour and a half. So the other 3 hours, I was literally doing this paycheck. And I did it with AI. And so that really means that it would have taken me 3 days to finish this paycheck. It's fucking insane. I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours. Or 2.5 hours. And I already sat here for an hour. So I guess I've only been working for 3 hours. Four. Because 2.5 plus 1/3. Almost 4. So I would say 3 hours on the pitch deck, like I was saying, and then an hour on pitching. Oh my god. I told you it was gonna be a paywall. I'm literally gonna put something in your face. You know what? I think it. is crazy. Okay, here we go. Let's compress it. Oh, it compressed it. See, I don't know why I didn't go with the W that right line. See, Lord have mercy. Forgive me. Compress. Okay, launch capital. We have submitted. What did we ask for? 1.5. Oh, this will not be a good fit. This is not a good fit because the round size is too small. Basically, like the checks that they write are too small for my basically my valuation after this pre-seed round would be 10 million, and the highest that they can go is 6 million, which means that they only write a check up to $600,000. I need a check from 500 to 1.5, but usually they only write 150 to 300,000. So that means and the thing is the round size is 10 million. They only want a round size of 1 million. Oh, so that would not be a good fit. Next investor, bada boom. And the thing is, I've done this like at least I've done this like on a major scale for Safe Space, but I've like connected with so many investors. It's like second nature to me now. Like it's so easy for me to connect with investors. seems like a wonderful. Okay, let's fill it out. Hundred 140 characters. Not a good fit. What does that need? It needs what was that one? Metaboom? Okay. Next one. E to B. No, I'm not a B to B SaaS. I'm getting tired because I'm getting tired. So far, we have successfully pitched 1, 2, 3. This will be our third successful pitch out of, we've investigated 10 investors, like VCs. We've been to 10 different ones. 3 of them weren't accepting applications, and 2 of them, 4 of them are not accepting applications, and 2 of them are not a good fit. So we've only successfully pitched 3. That's why it feels like it's a lot, and it's not getting a lot done. Thank you. I think they said they only did 250,000, so I think they said, yeah. Okay, so we'll hear back from them within 5 days. Next one. Next investor. Let's see. That was Full Circle, Lombard Street. I feel like there has to be some like people that you just don't want to work with, but I don't know yet because I have never been invested. I mean, I feel like this one is just hitting all the buzzwords. It's not really like They are in fintech. They require an email. And then how much do we invest? 500. Okay. Repitch Lombard Streets. Next investor. Oh my gosh. Oh, how long has it been? 2 hours. Almost 3 hours. We've only gone through 9 investors, so really we haven't even scratched the surface. And the goal is to go through 150. So I don't know if I need another break. Cause I'm in a flow right now. I feel like the smart thing to do would be to take a break, get some fresh air, and then come back and do another 2 hours of pitching. Because I feel like after we're done pitching all these investors, we're gonna go through with our executive summary and pitch people on LinkedIn. So that is next steps. Let me write that down. Ew, that handwriting is ugly. Okay. So we have our little sticky note of next steps. So, do that. We're gonna take a break. Intermission. It's been 3 hours. Intermission. And we're gonna come back in about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. We're gonna come back, and we're gonna finish cooking. We're probably gonna try to do 10 more tonight, and then tomorrow we're probably gonna try to do all day, literally. So we'll see. Bye, guys.